Hi, everyone. This is Autumn. So you may have taken some of my yoga classes before. Today, we are going to do a vinyasa style class. So similar to the first few classes that I've sent along to you. And this one might be a little bit more challenging. So if you ever need to take a break at any point, please do. If you ever need to skip anything, totally fine. Don't worry about it. So we're going to start on our mats today on our hands and our knees. So finding your hands and your knees and settling your wrists directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. So there's maybe 1 or 2 fist width distance apart between the knees. From here, spread all 10 fingers and press down through the first knuckle and through all fingertips. And then from here, see if you can energetically drag your wrists towards your knees and your knees towards your wrists. Feel your core start to activate here. And then from here, as you inhale, dip your belly low to the mat, lift your tailbone high and bring your shoulders back. Look up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your belly button towards your spine, round your back and release your head. Inhale to find cow, so belly low, tailbone high and shoulders back, look up. And then as you exhale, scoop your belly button towards your spine, find your cat. Couple more times on your own breath, nice and slow. And then coming to a neutral spine on your next breath, settling in here for just a moment. And then you're going to start to push your weight more into your fingertips than anything else. So the heels of the hands actually start to come up off the mat. So see if you can lift onto your fingertips. And then exhale to bring the hands all the way back down. You should feel your forearms activate here. So push down into the fingertips, lift the wrists up, lift the palms up. And then as you exhale, release the hands all the way down. Couple more times, weight into the hands, lift the wrists up, lift the palms up. And then release the hands all the way back down. One more time, just like that. And then as you exhale, release the hands all the way down. And then you're going to rise up onto your knees, interlace your fingers, and just take a little roller coaster with your wrists, with your arms to release that tension. And then in the other direction. Shake it out. And then from here, find your hands and your knees once again. So now you're going to start to walk your hands out long in front of you. This is called puppy pose. You're going to reach your booty up towards the sky and sink your armpits towards the earth. So feel that stretch in the front of the arms, also through the armpits and the chest. And then you also feel a compression in your upper back and your shoulders here. Keep reaching your sit bones up towards the sky. Keep sinking your armpits down. From here, maybe the top of the head or the forehead releases down. Maybe the chin releases down, or maybe your head is floating. Direct your breath into the place you feel the most sensation. And then if you want a little bit more intensity, you're going to take your elbows down to the mat. And then bring your hands to a prayer position. Sink the armpits down towards the earth. And the hands find reverse prayer behind your head. So from here, sinking the armpits down, finding that compression in the upper back. And then if your elbows are bent, reach your arms out long once again. And then start to slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Watch that sensation move through your body. From here, you're going to tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back to find a downward facing dog. So notice if there's a lot of tension in the back of your legs right now, bend your knees. Lift your sit bones up and back towards the sky and really try to get the weight out of the arms. So spread your fingers wide, push through your hands to lift your hips up and back. From here, maybe heels are reaching down towards the mat. Low belly is reaching towards your upper thigh. Take a couple of breaths right here. And then on your next exhale, you're going to lower your forearms down to the mat. This is called dolphin pose. So maybe it's really intense in your hamstrings. If it is, just bend your knees a little bit more. Keep lifting your hips up and back towards the sky. And then from here, either walking the forearms forward or walking the feet back or both, come to find a forearm plank for just a moment. Tuck your tailbone. And then release your hips down towards the mat, untuck your toes. Walking your forearms out so that they're just underneath your shoulders, pressing down through the forearms and through the palms, and growing tall through the top of the head. Notice the tendency to maybe crunch your shoulders up towards your ears, and see if instead you can push down through the forearms, push the shoulder blades towards each other and grow tall through the top of the head. Little tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Feel all of that engagement in your upper back. And then unclench your glutes. Notice if you're squeezing them. See if instead you can find that engagement in the middle and the upper back. And then from here, tucking your toes and lifting from your belly first, come to find your forearm plank, and then walk your feet all the way back into that dolphin pose. Remember, knees can be bent. Then from here, pushing back up into your downward facing dog and taking a nice slow walk with your feet all the way up towards your hands to find your forward fold. Let your head be super heavy. Let the top of the head reach down towards the mat, grab opposite elbows, and take a little ragdoll variation, swaying side to side. Really rooting down through both of your feet. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel. And then finding stillness at center. Reaching your fingertips down towards the mat, bending the knees and tucking the chin. Let the head be heavy to slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll all the way up to stand. From here, finding Tadasana or mountain pose. So just coming to stand at the top of the mat where you are. Your feet are hip distance apart, your arms are by your side. Close your eyes. Just from that little bit of movement, notice how you feel. If you've lost the attention on the breath, bring your attention back into the breath. From here, we're going to work through some sun salutations and we'll add a little variation in there. As you inhale, bring the arms out, up, and all the way overhead. Press your palms together, look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, fold all the way down over the legs. Inhale to bring your hands all the way up towards your shins. Lift your heart and look out in front of you. As you exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Inhale to step your right foot back to find a lunge. Planting down through your hands as you exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to glide forward, find a plank position or a push-up position here. Tucking the tailbone, engaging the belly. And then from here, lowering down either knees first or in one long line all the way to the belly. As you inhale, untuck the toes, peel your chest up off the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, either come through hands and knees or straight up and back into downward facing dog. On the inhale, draw that right leg high. As you exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose, footsteps in between the hands. You can always help it get there. Keep that left hand down. As you inhale, you're going to bring the right arm all the way up towards the sky and look up towards the ceiling. Big twist here. And then as you exhale, bring that right hand all the way down. Inhale, walking your fingertips out in front of you and opening your heart, looking out in front. And as you exhale, weight comes into the right leg, so the left leg floats. And then find your forward fold, both legs together. Release your head down. As you inhale, open your heart and rise all the way up to stand. Press the palms together and look up. As you exhale, hands find heart center. Inhale to rise all the way up towards the sky. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale to fold all the way down over the legs. Inhale, hands find shins or thighs. Open through your heart, look out in front of you. Exhale, release down towards the mat. Inhale, left foot steps back this time. Pressing down through the palms as you exhale, right foot meets it, downward facing dog. Inhale, gliding through plank position. Stay for a moment here, reaching your heels back, tucking your tailbone. And then either lowering knees first or straight torso all the way down to the belly. Inhale, untuck your toes, heel your chest up. And then as you exhale, hands and knees or straight into downward facing dog, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. On this inhale, left leg reaches back behind you. Exhale, knee curls in towards nose, foot comes in between the hands. You can help it get there. Keeping that right hand down as you inhale, peel the chest open, left arm reaches skyward, look up. As you exhale, release that left hand down. Inhale to walk the fingertips out in front of you. Open the chest, look forward. As you exhale, put the weight into the left leg, kick the right leg up, and then step into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Release the head down. Inhale to soften the knees and open the heart, rise all the way up to stand. And then as you exhale, hands come palm to palm at heart center. So we're going to do a different variation of that. Inhale, rising up. As you exhale, folding straight down all the way over the legs. Inhale, hands come to shins. Open your chest, look out in front of you. Exhale, release down. Inhale, right foot steps back for a lunge. Hands plant, exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. This time we find that dolphin pose. So take the arm that you wouldn't normally put down first, and come into your dolphin pose. So forearms down to the mat, spread your fingers, press your palms down, push down through the forearms, lift your hips. From here, you're gonna slide to your forearm plank, so maybe walk the feet backwards in space, tucking the tailbone, engaging here. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the hips down. On the inhale, draw the forearms a little bit forward and find your Sphinx pose. Grow tall through the top of the head. Feel the engagement in your upper back. Unclench through the glutes, grow taller. And then from here, tucking the toes, lifting the hips so that you find that forearm plank for a moment, and then walking the feet up towards the hands to find your dolphin. From here, pushing into the side you wouldn't normally push into first to come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose. Foot comes in between the hands. You can always help it get there. Taking that twist again, keeping that left hand down. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Look up. As you exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, walk the fingertips out in front of you, tent them, and open the heart, look straight out. And then weight goes into the right leg, left leg floats. Come into your forward fold, both feet down, release the head. Inhale, open the heart and rise all the way up to stand. And as you exhale, hands come palm to palm at heart center. Same thing, other side. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale, hands high to shins or thighs. Open the heart, look out in front of you. Exhale, release down. Inhale to step the left foot back for your lunge. Exhale, planting the hands, downward facing dog. From here, you're gonna come down to the forearms, finding your dolphin pose. And then coming into your forearm plank, so walking those feet backwards in space. As you exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale to rearrange the forearms underneath, or the elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms down. Find your Sphinx, feel that engagement in the upper back. So notice, can you stick your chest even further forward in between your arms and bring your shoulders even further back and down? You'll feel even more engagement there. From here, tuck your toes, lift your hips first to your forearm plank. And then walk your feet up, finding your dolphin pose. From here, pushing back into the hands, downward facing dog. And then as you inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, knee comes in towards nose, foot comes in between the hands. You can help it get there. Keep that right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches skyward. Big twist here. Exhale to bring the left hand down. Inhale, walk your fingertips out in front of you. Tempt the fingertips and open the heart. And then pressing the weight into the left leg, right leg floats. And then steps into your Uttanasana, forward fold here. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. And then as you exhale, hands come palm to palm at heart center. Take a moment here, close your eyes. Check in with your energy. And then when you're ready, you're going to take your hands to your hips. Keep your right leg in front. You're going to step your left foot back. So the left toes are going to face the side of the mat. The right toes are facing forward. Bend through that right knee. You're finding warrior two in your legs. So you're pretending that someone's pushing on the inside of that right knee so that it doesn't come in internally rotated, so that it really stays stacked on top of the knee or on top of the ankle. Breathing here. Right arm forward, left arm back, and then gaze over that right arm. Push down through the outside edge of that left foot. As you inhale, you're going to flip your palms up towards the sky. Reach forward and find a reverse warrior. So left arm comes down the left leg, right arm reaches up and alongside the ear. Engage in that left quad here. Then you're going to take that left arm and wrap it around the back. So either it stays here or maybe it wraps even further so it can grab around that left thigh or that right thigh. Find your breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to take what's called extended side angle. So forearm comes to thigh. You're going to keep that left arm wrapped around, and you're going to push down through that right forearm to lift your heart and look up towards the sky if it feels okay, or look straight out in front of you. Either is fine. Keep breathing and keep opening through the chest. And then on your next inhale, you're going to take your right hand to the right shin and start to straighten through that right knee. So you're finding triangle pose with this half spine. That right knee maybe keeps a little tiny bend in it so you don't hyperextend this leg. And you're going to keep opening your chest out. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling or maybe straight out in front of you. The idea here is that you really want to spiral your chest almost as if you could plant it on the ceiling. And then from here, you're going to slowly, gently unravel that left arm from around your back and reach the left fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Good. Watch that sensation as it moves. And then as you inhale, rise all the way back up to find your warrior two. And then as you exhale, hands come down. You're framing that front foot. You're going to spiral onto the ball of the back foot and dip the back knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. From here, as you inhale, rise up for Anjaneyasana. Press down through the top of the back foot and the back shin and feel this stretch go into that left hip flexor. Pull up through your low belly here. And then as you exhale, hands come down to frame that right foot and start to straighten through that right knee. Maybe your leg stays here, maybe you slide your heel forward and pull your toes up towards your face. You find a big flex in your foot. That'll make it more intense in the back of that front leg. So your choice if you want to add that. Then release the chest down towards that right leg. Find your breath here. Notice that maybe that right leg won't straighten all the way, and that's okay. And then when you're ready, slowly, slowly bending through that right knee, planting that right foot. tucking the back toes and lifting the back knee, hands plant alongside the right foot, and you step all the way back to find your downward facing dog. From here, inhale to lift that left leg high to the sky right away. And then as you exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose. Step that foot in between the hands. On this side, we're coming up a little differently. So spiral that right heel down, right toes point sideways, left toes point forward. Bend through the left knee, straighten through the right knee, and rise all the way up for your warrior two. So once again, pretend someone's pushing on the inside of that left knee so that the knee doesn't come inward. You want it stacked directly over that front ankle. Pushing down through the outside edge of this back foot. Finding your breath and gazing over that left arm. As you inhale, flip your palms up towards the sky, reach forward and reverse your warrior here. Legs stay as they are. Right arm goes down the right leg, left arm up and alongside the ear. And then from here, take that right arm, wrap it all the way around, and maybe it's just behind the back, or maybe it tucks into that left hip crease. You find that big stretch in the left side of the body. And on the next exhale, left forearm comes down to the thigh, push down through the forearm to lift the ribs up, spiral the chest open as if you're gonna plant the chest on the ceiling. Keep the engagement through the legs. And then nice and slowly, start to straighten up through that left knee. Keep maybe a tiny little bend there. Left hand comes to left shin. Chest is opening, opening, opening here. And then on the next breath, you can slowly, slowly, slowly unravel that right arm from behind the back. Reach the right fingertips tall to the sky. Feel that sensation move. And then on the next inhale, rise back up, warrior two. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame that left foot. Spiral onto the ball of the back foot and then dip the back knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. Left knee over left ankle. Inhale to rise up for your Anjaneyasana here. Pull your low belly up. Feel that stretch in the right hip flexor. Find your breath, push down through the top of the back foot and that back shin. As you exhale, hands come down, you're framing the left foot, and then you start to straighten through the left knee. It might never straighten all the way, that's okay. Then from here, maybe slide that heel forward a little bit, and toes can start to peel up if it feels okay. So the more the toes peel up towards the face, the bigger the stretch you're gonna get in the back of that left leg. Release the head down. And then from here, slowly, slowly bending through that left knee, planting the sole of the left foot. Hands come down. Then you're tucking the back toes, lifting that back knee up, pulling from your belly and stepping back for your downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna go into that dolphin pose again. So as you exhale, forearms down. And then you either stay here, you can always just come down all the way to your belly if this gets a little too uncomfortable for you. If you'd like to try a pretty challenging variation, you're gonna inhale and then slide your hips low and reach your nose towards your hands. And then as you exhale, hips come up and back to find your downward or your dolphin pose again. So inhale, slide the hips low, reach the nose forward, and then exhale, push the hips up and back. Two more just like that. Inhale, glide the hips low, nose forward. Exhale, hips up and back. One last one. Inhale, glide the hips low, nose forward. And exhale, hips up and back, dolphin pose. Then from here, sinking the knees down, mat distance apart, big toes come together, and sit back on the heels. Find your child's pose, release your head. Watch your breath, let it flow. Pay attention to how it fills your body. And then when you're ready, coming all the way back to your downward facing dog, tucking your toes and lifting your hips. From here, you're gonna inhale and lift your right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, knee towards nose and the foot steps all the way up in between the hands again. From here, we're going to take warrior one. So this is a little bit different than warrior two. I'm gonna shift back just so that you can see me. Your back heel is gonna come down and the toes are pointing towards the top left corner of the mat rather than straight out to the side. Bend through the front knee, straighten through the back knee and rise all the way up. So from here, your chest wants to face forward. It's okay if the hips aren't fully facing forward. If this isn't comfortable in the hips, take this left foot, shift it a little bit more to the left. That'll leave you a little bit more room to spin the hips forward. From here, arms reach up high. Bend is in that front knee. You're pushing down through the outside edge of that back foot so that that left knee can stay straight. Breathing here. And then from here, you're gonna take your hands to your hips and you're gonna straighten through this front knee. So both legs are straight now. Then you're gonna lift your chest and start to fold over this front leg. This is called pyramid pose or Parsvottanasana. So pushing down through both feet, squeezing your inner thighs together for stability. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach your hands down towards the mat. Just try to keep this front knee as straight as you possibly can. So it might make more sense to keep the hands on the hips as this front knee is bending. If the front knee can stay straight, hands can maybe come down and then release the top of the head towards the mat. Let it all go. Keep pushing down through the outside edge of that back foot. On your next breath, you're gonna slowly take the hands back to the hips if they're not there already, and you're gonna bend through that front knee to rise all the way up. Find the warrior one with the legs, and this time, you're gonna reach your arms back behind you. So you might feel comfortable interlacing your fingers and punching the fist down towards the mat. If that doesn't feel so comfortable for you, you're going to take either opposite elbows or hands to the hips. But the idea here is that your chest is going to be open. So wherever you are, really open the heart rather than collapsing forward. So inhale to draw the shoulders back towards each other. And as you exhale, you're going to fold down towards the inside of that right leg. So this is called humble warrior. Top of the head drops towards the mat once again. Lots of engagement in the legs for stabilization. As I fall over, which happens sometimes. And then as you inhale, rise all the way back up. You're gonna release your hands wherever they were, and you're gonna take goalposts with your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and open the chest, start to look up towards the sky. Find that engagement in the upper back. Find your breath here. And then as you inhale, draw the arms all the way up to frame the ears. You're back to your warrior one. As you exhale, hands come down alongside that right foot. Pop onto the ball of that left foot and step back for your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll through, find your plank position. As you exhale, lower knees first or all the way down to the belly, elbows bend back. Inhale, flip to the tops of the feet and start to lift your heart. Maybe you stop right here, or maybe you push up a little bit higher, reaching the pubic bones down towards the mat, opening the heart. And then as you exhale, pull from the belly and find your downward facing dog, however you need to get there. From here, as you inhale, reach your left leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose, help the foot in between the hands. From here, right heel spirals down. Right toes are pointing to the top right corner of the mat, and you're bending through that left knee this time. Inhale to rise up, take your hands on your hips. So notice if this isn't working so well for you and you're more on a tightrope. If that's the case, move this right foot a little out towards the right. It'll make it a little easier to turn the chest to face forward. Keep pushing down through the outside edge of that right foot. Find your breath here. And then as you inhale, arms reach high so you find your warrior one. Front knee is bent, back knee is straight, and you're pushing down through the outside edge of that back foot. And then from here on the next breath, take the hands to the hips. Straighten through that left knee. Hips are pointing forward, so both legs are straight. Open through the chest and then start to fold over that front leg. Push down through the outside edge of that back foot, so keep the weight even in the feet. Pyramid pose, so maybe hands stay to the hip, or maybe the hands reach down to the outside of that left foot. Your choice. What you want to do is keep that left leg as straight as you possibly can. Top of the head releases down. Feel that stretch through the back of that left leg. And then on the next breath, bend through that knee. Take the hands to the hips and rise all the way back up to stand. This time you're going to take your hands behind your back, either interlacing your fingers, or maybe grabbing opposite elbows, or maybe holding onto the hips. Whatever you're doing, see if you can really squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and open your heart. And then as you exhale, you're coming to the inside of that left leg to find your humble warrior. Keep pushing down through the feet to find your stability here. Plug back through the left hip, wrap in through the right inner thigh. Let the top of the head go. On the next inhale, rise all the way back up to stand. From here, unlacing the hands or the arms, wherever they are, and taking the arms to your goal post here. So squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Push your shoulders away from your ears. Find that engagement in the upper back. Maybe look up a little bit. And then when you're ready, drawing your arms alongside the ears, coming back to warrior one. And as you exhale, hands come down alongside that left foot. Hop onto the ball of the right foot and step back for your downward facing dog. From here, taking that dolphin pose one last time. So forearms come down to the mat, pressing through the palms, pressing through the forearms. You can always bend your knees. So either stay here or come to a child's pose whenever you need to. If you'd like to take a little bit more, you're going to keep that left foot center and then inhale to reach that right leg high behind you. From here, you can take a couple of rocks by bending through that left knee, and then as you straighten, drive up through that right heel. Bend through the left knee, and then as you straighten, drive up to the left heel, or to the right heel. One more time. And then put that right foot down, and we can do the same thing on the other side. So inhaling that left leg high, and then bend through right knee, and then drive that left heel up a couple more times. And then as you exhale, both feet come down, and everybody meet in child's pose. Knees can be wider together, top Forehead reaches towards the mat. Let everything go and find your breath, find your stillness here. From here, if your arms aren't already reaching forward, reach them forward. And you're going to walk them over towards the right-hand side so they frame the ears. Left armpit spirals down towards the mat. And you feel that stretch go all the way through the left side of the body. Reach the left hip backwards in space. And then slowly, slowly walking yourself all the way over to the left-hand side. Dial your right armpit down towards the mat. Feel that stretch through the right side of the body. Reach your right hip backwards in space. And when you're ready, walking your hands back out in front of you. And slowly, slowly guiding yourself up to sit. Falling over to one side and swinging your legs out in front of you. So coming to sit wide-legged here. This is called Upavista Konasana. So if you feel yourself tilting backwards, you want to sit up on something. So I have this little cushion here. You can also sit up on a pillow or a blanket. You can also take something underneath your knees. So that can be helpful, or even just bending your knees if you feel a lot of that weight tipping back. That'll really help. So from here, once you've found an upright posture as close to as you can come comfortably, taking your right hand down towards that right shin, and the left arm sweeps up and alongside the ear. So start to tip your weight over towards the right. So maybe you're just coming a little bit, or maybe you come a little bit deeper. From here, it's very different depending on our anatomy. Some people who are not me can reach their toes, right? But notice if in order to reach your foot, you're closing your chest. Make sure you keep opening through the heart and reaching the left arm alongside the ear and towards those right toes. If you'd like to slide the right arm down so that the right forearm's on the inside of the right leg, you can absolutely do that. Finding your breath here. Directing it into the left side of the body, the place you feel all that sensation. As you inhale, rise all the way back up, but come up slow. See if you can pay attention to how that sensation moves as you move. And then find your center. And we'll take the other side. So left fingertips down the left leg. Right arm reaches up and alongside the ear. So start small, and you can always sink deeper if it feels okay. There's no place you have to be. The goal is just to feel that stretch through the right side of the body. Keeping your chest open wherever you are. Keeping your attention on your breath. And then that left forearm maybe slides down to the inside of the left leg if it feels good. Right fingertips can reach towards the left toe. On your next breath, slowly, slowly, watching the sensation come all the way up to sit. Finding stillness here. Watch that sensation. And then from here, taking your hands under your legs, bringing your legs straight out in front of you. If you're sitting up on something, just slide right off of it. You can move it off to the side. Reaching the legs out long, you're going to tuck your tailbone, engage your belly, and roll all the way down to your back. Before Shavasana, we're just going to take a tiny bit of core. So you're going to bend your knees, plant your feet, and then lift your heels up. Shins come parallel to the mat. Feel your tailbone tuck and your belly fire up here. Then reach your head and shoulders up off the mat. Fingertips come behind the base of the skull to support your head. Feel your belly engage, maybe your hip flexors engage. And then from here, as you inhale, reach that left leg out long, keep the toes flat. And then as you exhale, come back in. Inhale, right leg reaches long. Exhale, curl back in. 3 more each side. Inhale, left leg. Exhale in, inhale, right leg. Exhale in, last 2. Last one here. And then re-find this hold here. Lift a little higher through the shoulders. Try to feel the space between the low back and the mat, and then lift your hips up just a little bit so that the booty is off of the mat. Feel the foot flex and the toes yearning towards your face. Feel your core engaged here. Taking 5 more full, slow breaths. As you exhale, curl the knees into the belly, release the shoulders on the mat. Take the knees and just rock from side to side, let it all go. Finding stillness at center, knees come outside of the ribs and the legs bend, the soles of the feet as if they were to plant on the ceiling. You can either grab behind the legs or take the arms to the inside of the legs and grab the outside of the feet. Take happy baby, rock from side to side. And then finding stillness, curling the knees into the belly, giving them one last squeeze, and then opening the legs out long for your Shavasana, your final resting fold. Eyes are closed. Release everything down. Let everything go for just 2 minutes. Starting to deepen your breathing. Bringing some movement into your fingers and your toes, maybe your wrists and your ankles. If you'd like, taking any big stretches that feel good for you. And then when you're ready, curling both of your knees up into the belly, giving them a hug. And then rolling on over to one side. Let your head be heavy. And then pressing into the palms. Head is heavy. Come all the way up to sit. Coming to find a comfortable seat, whether that's cross-legged or legs out long or any way that feels good. Take your hands palm face down just on top of your knees. We'll take one inhale together. And then exhale, release it out your mouth. Taking your hands palm to palm in front of your heart. The light in me honors the light that shines so brightly in all of you. Thank you. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and take care. Stay safe.